세라믹 욕조 같은 걸 깨야 되는데 이게 강철이 나오고요. 욕조가 여기 있을 리가 없잖아. 집에 갔다 와야 되나? 이 집에 한번 갔다 와야겠네. 강철. 안 되었다. 집에 한번 갔다 와야 돼. 아 맞다. 이 안에 넣어놨구나. 야 뱉어.
Hey.
그 채로 다 뱉어. 이걸 또 집어넣으면 될 거야. 아마도 된다고 믿어야 돼. R에서 잡동사니 전부 다 집어넣기. 먹먹아? 야야야야야. 가만 있어. 가만 있어. 가만 있어 임마. 일로 와. 가만 있어. 자, 요거랑 신호탄이랑 총, 권위, 정크렛, 펄스, 플라즈마, 권총, 지뢰랑 장비에서 다 빼고요. 나 입고 있는 거 보낸 거 아니겠지? 설마? 뭔가 입고 있는 거 하나 벗은 거 같기도 하고 아닌 거... 안 벗었네. 잠깐만. 전기를 잘못 연결했을까 혹시? 다시 연결해볼까? 근데 이쪽이 연결하는 게 없는데? 이거 어떻게 연결해야 되는 거야? 여기 전기 들어왔고. 하나만 더 지으면 되겠다. 제발 된다고 해줘. 그치. 좀 앞에다 지어야겠는데? 이러면 전기가 들어오죠? 됐고, 얘도 됐고, 나가.
Better check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together on a single grid.
모든 부품이 연결이 되었나 확인을 해라. V를 눌러서 됐고, 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 됐고. 된 건가? 때릴 뻔했네.
Ingram?
With the beam emitter out of alignment, we'll never trap the signal properly. See what you can do about it.
방출기가 정렬이 안 됐다는 게 뭔 말이야? 저 갖고 가야 되나 안으로? 이게 여기 있는 게 아닌가 보다. 이거를 그러면은 보관을 하고. 나봐 인마. 여기다 집어넣어야 되나봐. 됐고, 됐다.
Remarkable work, Knight.
요 아저씨를 먼저 태워서 보낼까?
Are you ready to put it to the test?
잉그램을 믿으시나요? 준비됐어.
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
내
What are the
임무.
details of my mission?
I'm glad you asked. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
리 박사.
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the
리
capital
박사가
wasteland
저쪽에 있나
the
그러면?
Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After
나
some
오늘 리 박사
time,
찾으러 가야 되는
she
건가?
developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself. to
커먼웰스로
Common.
떠나버렸고.
We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
그냥 보내주다니 놀랍군요.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want
리
you to track down
박사의
Dr. Lee's work.
행방을
If you
추적하고
find out that she's still
리 박사를
alive,
만나면 브라더우드 스틸로 복귀할 걸
convince
설득.
her to return
나
to
근데
the
지금
Brotherhood
매력이
of Steel.
빵이라
There's a special project we're
설득해도
working
안 될 것 같은데.
on, and it needs her attention.
오케이,
Consider it
한번
done.
해보지 뭐.
Very good.
Very good.
Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission, and don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
이제 나 가야 돼. 리 박사를 찾아라. 이거 어떻게 사용하지 근데? 가요이?
I've checked and rechecked
갑니다잉.
everything.
말 걸어야 돼?
Dr. Ingram.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
준비 완료. 한번 해보자고요.
Let's do this.
가봅시다.
Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto.
이거 이랬는데 어디 이상한 데로 가는 거 아니야?
Are you in or are you out? Make up your mind.
Dr. Lee is a valuable asset. If any harm comes
아씨
to
떨어져. 붙었으면 위험할 것
holding you
같은데.
personally responsible.
Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up.
가자.
Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan
뱅뱅이
their
어디였지?
network and download anything it finds. If you place it in
나
any
거사 치는데
terminal
저
down
앉아 있는 거 봐.
there,
저
they'll do the rest.
퇴.
Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a
노예야
winner.
그냥 진짜.
RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
이런 말 해도 되나? 아줌마 말이 너무 많네. 그냥 누르면 되지. 도착. 세이브하고. 여기 안에 있는 사람들 다 죽이면 어떻게 되나?
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face.
나랑 이야기를 나누고 싶대.
Step into the elevator.
펜맨 들고 올 걸 그랬나? 다 쏴버리기 그냥?
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute.
인스티튜드에 온 걸 환영합니다.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place. These
야
people.
위에는 다 썩었는데 여기는
For
야.
over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival.
생긴 게 그 바이오하자드
Countless
연구실
experiments,
있는 데를 보는 거
trials,
같네?
a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are
뭐야, 여기
often
아니야? 더 내려가야 돼?
misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do.
여기는 밥도 잘 나오나? 위에보다는? 방사능도 없겠지? 얘가 내 아니 아들 아닐 건데 아마?
No way to pick this.
션?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
정말 너니?
Sean. Is that really you?
Who are you?
아니 사람이 찾아왔는데 이런 거적대기 쓰고 있으면 겁나 무섭겠다. 그 저거잖아. 롤에 나오는 그 뭐야 허수아비 이름이 뭐였지? 피들스틱이었나? 그거 딱 그거네. 다들 어디 있니?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
너 괜찮아?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
다 없애버릴 거야 하면 안 될 것 같아. 뭐 일단 문 열어.
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
내게
Please,
말해봐.
Sean, I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me. Father? Father, help me!
안녕?
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
아, 신스야?
But disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand.
프로토타입.
We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
션을 내놔.
Give me Sean, the real Sean, right now.
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
내가 그러면은 잠들고 나서 몇 년이 흐른 거지? 아니 저기 션이 납치당하고? 저렇게 늙어버린 거면
I'll make this very simple.
He's here, in the Institute. But I need you to realize that this
나랑 닮았잖아.
situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you. After all this
자막은 어디 갔니?
It's me.
It's me. I am
Your son.
your son. How?
Is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that
10년밖에 안 지났다고 알고 있었는데 사실은 60년이 지났대요.
But 60 years.
그래서 얘가 내 아들이래.
And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
하지만 왜 그럴 리가 없어.
It wasn't right what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
표본이 필요했다?
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics.
모든 신스의
The most
기본
logical starting
표본이
point, of course, was
우리 아들이야?
DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. This wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed.
방사능이 감염이 돼
Another
있으니까
source
위에
was
사람들은
necessary.
그래서 감염 안 된 사람을 찾기 위해 볼트로
After
왔다.
discovering records from Vault 111, an infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
나 밖에서 내 아들을 다 죽이고 댕긴 거야? 신스를 다 때려잡았는데? 긴 세월이 흘렀구나.
60 years. So much time
뒤에 수국화 있네?
wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
켈로그.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
그를 이용한
You
거야?
knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect
아,
you to
까비.
understand or agree.
노란색이면 될 듯 했는데 안 되네.
The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. What else can I say to ease your mind?
너의 엄마.
Your mother.
Yes. What happened to her
참
was...
죽은 건 알고 있는 거야? 켈로그가 죽인 건 알고 있어?
The incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
살해당했는데
Collateral damage? She was murdered.
Killed? Yes. Murdered? I'm not so sure about that. Still, I do regret never having known her. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
충분히
I think
들었어.
I've heard it.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some
일단 난 리 박사
important
찾아야 돼.
breakthroughs. Your presence would be
올지는
appreciated
모르겠는데
as
일단
we
말은
approach them.
걸어봐야겠다.
I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
글쎄.
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. The Institute can provide a better life. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like.
사람들을 저버리고 이거는 잘 모르겠다.
I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
일단 잡는다고 찾을까? 박사를? 아니라고 하면 어떻게
I'm
되지?
sorry. I can't do that.
I'm sorry to hear that. I had certainly hoped we could work together. But every man must make his own decisions. If you choose to, understand though, you may have safe passage back to the relay where you will be sent back to the surface. I am
아,
sorry.
저기래.
I must think first of this. The elevator will return you to the relay.
나가는 순간부터 적이라고 하면 바로 그냥 조사버려 그냥? 지구력을 하나 찍으면 방사능 피해를 입지 않는다를 찍을 수 있고요. 일단 최소 여기까진 가야 돼. 아니? 이쪽까진 가야 돼. 하나 둘셋 넷 다 열고 여덟 아홉 여덟 8포인트에다가 찍어야 되니까 9포인트 10포인트까지 있어야 되네. 10포인트라. 일단 찍어. 더 이상 찍을 것도 없고.
Sean, can we talk about this?
Have you reconsidered your decision?
Forget it. Never mind.
I see. Well, as I've...
그냥 와서 말은 걸 수 있나 본데?
We need the key.
키가 필요하다. 나봐. 아이 소매치기 안 된다. 아이. 근데 나 저기 나가야 되는데? 리 박사 찾아야 되는데? 돌아다닐 수 있는 거야? 같이 한다고 해야 되나봐. 리 박사를 찾아야 되는데.
Can't pick this.
아이 다 잠가놨네. 뭐 열려있는 게 없니? 가자 그래.
Sean, can we talk about this?
Have you reconsidered your decision?
I've changed.
Well, the Institute. You and finally Dr. Lee in it.
닥터 리 어쩌고저쩌고 있다. 각 부서의 지도자를 만나세요라고 하네요. 이게 왜 이래? 이게 돼야 만날 수가 있나봐. 나 근데 어디로 나가야 되니? 이거 타고 가면 되나? 저거를 한다고 말을 안 걸었으면 아마 안 됐을 것 같아. 이거 못 내려갔다. 아닌데? 멈추겠지? 중간에? 그냥 가면 안 돼. 오씨 올라가네? 너 저 말 걸어야 되는데? 일단 빠른 이동은 있으니까 올라왔다 다시 내려가든지 해야겠다. 올라가는 건 빠른데 내려가는 건 느리네. 여기에 제발 더 내려가지 마. 제발 앞에서 멈춰. 누르면 되나? 멈춰! 아 쉣! 아 이쪽으로 가는 게 아닌가? 저기 어디로 가야 되나 혹시? 내가 길을 잘못 찾은 걸 수도? 여기서 내려가는 길이 어디가 있어? 아, 아까 저기 잠겨있는 문이 열려있을까 혹시? 저기가? Oh yes?
Almost done.
I wish Quincy would stop telling us.
여기 리 아니야. 리를 찾아야 되는데.
As the Institute's requisition
여기가 아마
center,
그 거래되는
supplies for your missions on the
상점
surface.
같은 거일
How
거예요.
may I assist you today?
Most of them have lasted.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
좋은 거 좀 봐볼까? 무기 중엔 좋은 게 없네. 시험작 18A, 발사 속도가 25, 재장전 속도 15. 은신종에 움직이지 않을 때 적들이 발견하기가 어렵고, 피해 저항, 액션 포인트.
If you ask me.
마음에 드는 게 없는데?
What? I'm not even doing anything.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I
일단
can't
세이브를 하고 리는 다음 시간에 찾죠. 여기서 다 끝내면 되겠네.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
아이. 잠깐만. 잠깐만. 오케이. 그러면은 폴아웃 4 여기까지 하도록 하자. 오케이, 여기까지 끝.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
I wish you could have known Father as we.
잠깐만. 오케이.
Why can't a synth?
오케이, 끝.
I don't really see the difference.
이제 저거 하러 가. 녹화 안 끊었다. 녹화 끝.